supposed to do? Say that I'm not supposed to be in love with you. Say that you're too weird for me, and you'll leave eventually. But then I'm the only one who ever believed in you. Somebody tell me what I'm looking to fake. Everyone's saying that I'm just a part of your fate. You said you'd leave me if you could, as soon as the going's no good. But then I'm the only one who ever believed in you. Somebody tell me who else I could have had. Well, I don't love much, but I love you pretty bad. It said that you won't treat me right, but you're gonna up in boats in the night. But then I'm the only one who ever believed in you. So I guess I ask you if I will, are you gonna run for the hell? But then I'm the only one who ever believed in you. I'm the only one who ever believed in you. I'm the only one who ever believed in you. Oh, oh, oh.
Welcome to the show, Eric. This is Eric Johnson, the lead singer of the band.
Thanks. Yeah, I am he, and thanks.
So when I was listening to it, it feels like road trip music to me. You know, you're in a convertible in Portland, and you have pneumonia. But the wind is in your hair, and your scarf is flying behind you, and you're wearing lipstick. Did you imagine that was happening to you as you were writing it?
No. No, but I like hearing it when people say that I get that a lot, and yeah. Not the lipstick part or pneumonia, but
right.
Yeah, like a lot of people say, like we took this record to the Grand Canyon or something like that, and that's super cool.
Yeah. Well, and the record is called Tripper, and sort of the title song of the record is called Tony the Tripper, and that's actually a song about a trip that you took on a train, right?
Yes.
Can you talk about who Tony was?
Yeah, it's like it would take a really long time for me to really tell you the whole story, but the gist of it, which was that I was sort of a young guy, 20, I think I was, and I was sort of excited to get out and be a bohemian vagabond on the road, I guess, and on Amtrak, which is really super bohemian, but
Right.
but I actually met a real life, like, freaky drug-addled hobo on the train who sort of, who kind of like saw me as like maybe a possible protege or something.
Nice.
And sort of took me under his wing, and it was weird but a very interesting experience of sort of like the clash between two generations and like a guy who really truly had kind of gone for it at one point and never really came back, and me who was
Sure.
But I mean, I ended up like being in bands like shortly thereafter and touring all over the place, which I have for a long time. So I guess I kind of did get my wanderlust
From
Jones.
Tony.
Yeah, from Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tony, yeah. So, anyways, I've tried to write the story because there's way more to it. It was funny and disturbing and awesome, so I turned it into a song, and the song, which we're actually going to play later, is that song.
Great.
So, it's the fictionalized sequel to the story.
Actual
basically.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
So you actually you're not just in Fruit Bats. You also have taken on sideman duties with bands like Vetiver and the Shins. What does doing that do for you creatively when you're in one band and you kind of take on?
I don't know. I never have done anything like I've always sort of done like a lot of people like do the sideman thing and then break free or do songwriting and then they can't handle it or whatever, and they're like, I just want to be in somebody else's band. But I've always kind of done both, and they do something totally different. It's like it's a totally different job. So I like not being in the spotlight and sort of hanging back. But I like what I get from writing songs too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, do you take some stuff back creatively from being with those bands for a while?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's kind of sticks in your craw a little bit. So, but having to. Yeah, like with the Shins, like I started writing in different keys because like I was playing in different keys, like that I'm comfortable, like went outside my comfort zone musically a lot, which was interesting, and it sort of changed the way I approached writing.
Both you and James Mercer have higher registers for
yeah,
men.
we get vocal comparisons a lot, and we have a similar speaking voice too. We found like people get us mixed up from the other room or something, so I was like, people are like, he's stealing James Mercer's vocal style, and I'm like, no, we just have the same
Right.
vocal chords, I think, or something.
Right. Have you considered crank calls?
Yeah, I could
At
do.
all?
I could. Yeah, maybe I haven't, but I am now. So.
Right. Caller ID has just been the
Yeah.
death of crank
Yeah,
calls.
totally,
I
yeah,
feel
you
so bad for kids today.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't do
ever
it.
ask anyone if the refrigerator's running. I wanted to ask, last year you actually scored a movie. It was an Uma Thurman.
couple movies, actually.
An Uma Thurman film called Ceremony, this
Yeah.
one. And you worked with Van Dyke Parks, who a lot of people know him as, he's best known, I think, for contributing lyrics to the Beach Boys' Smile record.
Yeah.
And he's been around for a long time. What was it like collaborating with him?
I actually, you may be read wrong. I don't know, but
Okay.
we never met. Like
Okay.
but we worked on stuff. Like that's like the weird thing about Pro Tools and technology now and stuff is you can sort of never meet somebody and put your name alongside of. I'm a turbo fan of Van Dyke Parks, so it was an honor even just to electronically collaborate
Right.
with him.
So did you just each take different scenes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like he had worked on a bunch of like preliminary stuff, and then I sort of came in later. So it's not even really that exciting of a story, but yeah, it just sounds like I said, it sounds cooler. It's just nice to have my name in ink next to his. So yeah.
Sure. And did you like the process of scoring a film?
Yeah, I loved it. I actually did another one like later in the year called Our Idiot Brother, and I love doing it. I was sort of a secret, not so secret, like film nerd growing
Yeah.
up, and still am. So it scratches an itch for me.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing those, and we look forward to hearing the title song from the record
Yeah.
coming up later in the show. Thanks so much, Eric Johnson of the Fruit Bats.